This session has been divided into 4 sections. First, we will look at the basics of discipline, as well as reasons why we should be using positive discipline in our classrooms. Then we will discuss establishing effective classroom rules, as well as consequences for breaking those rules. Next, we will examine some of the positive discipline approaches used to encourage children to make appropriate behavioral choices. Finally, we will talk about some of the reasons why children misbehave, and take a look at the stages of childhood development as well as the different parenting styles. Each section will be followed by a series of multiple-choice questions to help you monitor your progress. Welcome to our 1-hour session on guiding children's behavioral choices through positive discipline. This session is intended for educational purposes and only seeks to make recommendations regarding positive discipline and how its use might help children make better behavioral choices. Most child care facilities, as well as some states, may have a very specific procedure and requirements regarding classroom rules and discipline. Any established procedures should not be changed or altered in any way without first consulting your facility's director, as well as your state's requirements. We've all heard of that magical place, a classroom where all of the children follow the rules cheerfully, blissfully, freely, where children happily choose to follow the rules, and all seems right with the world. Some of us may have experienced moments of this in our classrooms, or seen them in other classrooms, but a classroom where it happens consistently, day in and day out? Can that place truly exist? The answer is yes. It is possible to create a classroom where the children actually choose to follow the rules. It takes time, effort, planning, and hard work on our part, but we can coach children to do the right things through the proper use of positive discipline. When most people hear the word discipline, they conjure up images of military school or boot camp. They think of severe rules and harsh punishment, of intimidation, of being forced to do something one way and one way only. In fact, if you look up the word discipline in most dictionaries, you'll find punishment as one of the accepted definitions of it. In a daycare setting, however, discipline means something different, or at least it should. When it comes to children, discipline should refer to the positive methods used to train children physically, intellectually, and emotionally to use self-control and to choose acceptable behavior. In other words, child care experts are trying to help children learn how to do the right things simply because they are the right things to do, and not because they fear some external form of punishment from adults. In today's world, the most effective discipline methods are positive. They are moderate in nature, being neither too permissive nor too strict, and they guide children with love and respect, rather than with fear and intimidation. Our quest is to find a way to teach children how to choose to do things properly of their own volition. After all, successful adults are self-disciplined because, as we all know, someone isn't standing by to force appropriate behavior upon them. Consequently, children need to learn to choose appropriate actions because of an instilled internal belief that doing things correctly is the only successful way to live. Using positive discipline has many advantages. To begin, it can increase children's self-esteem by allowing them to feel valued. Children also gradually develop the skills needed to take responsibility for themselves. In addition, they slowly gain the confidence and knowledge to solve their own problems rather than blame others for their situations. Properly structured positive discipline encourages cooperation and helps children foster successful relationships with other children as well as adults. It uses a respectful, loving, and considerate approach to teach children how to follow rules and choose appropriate behaviors. Positive discipline is not easy. It takes time, patience, planning, forethought, and lots of work. It involves not only a careful, considerate creation of rules and consequences, but it also requires the use of many different approaches to redirect children's behavior and teach them how to make the right choices on their own. However, since positive discipline is the most effective way to help children develop appropriate behavioral skills, it's well worth the effort.